You ever thought about the price of recognition and fame? Imagine dedicating your entire life to your passion, yet no one notices your brilliance until you're gone. Sounds unfair, but today I want to share an incredible short story by Mark Twain that explores this very theme. It's a fictional tale that not only entertains but also teaches us profound lessons about value, sacrifice, and the often elusive nature of fame. The story begins in a quaint, peaceful village in France, where a group of young artists are struggling to make ends meet. Among them is Francois Millet, a poor painter living day to day with his friends Claude and Carl. Despite their undeniable talent, their paintings are undervalued and they face the harsh reality of poverty. These young men, filled with passion and talent, found their art unappreciated by the public. Their paintings were beautiful, filled with emotion and skill, but they were largely ignored by the art community. They lived in small, cramped quarters, often going hungry, yet their spirit and dedication to their craft remained unbroken. One day, as desperation looms, Carl comes up with the radical plan. He suggests that the only way to achieve recognition and escape their dire situation is for one of them to pass away. The idea is that after an artist's death, their work often skyrockets in value. They would fake the death of one of their own, create a narrative of lost genius, and then sell their paintings at high prices. Initially, the idea is met with shock and disbelief. How could they even consider such a thing? But as the days pass and their situation becomes more dire, the plan starts to seem less outrageous and more like their only option. After much discussion and hesitation, they agree. Millet is chosen to be the one to pass away. Over the next few months, they work tirelessly. Millet creates a large number of sketches and paintings, while Claude and Carl spread the word about supposed impending death, stirring interest and pity among art collectors and the public. They tell a tragic story of a young genius overlooked in his lifetime, whose health is failing due to the hardships he endured for his art. When the time comes, they stage Millet's death, complete with a dramatic funeral attended by many who now see the value in his art. The transformation is astonishing. Where once there was indifference, there is now reverence. Millet's painting, which had previously sold for a pittance or not at all, are now in high demand. The plan worked. The paintings sold for significant amounts, and the friends found themselves suddenly wealthy. The irony is stark. In life, Millet's genius was ignored. In death, it is celebrated. The friends' ruse had succeeded beyond their wildest dreams, but it comes with a heavy cost. Millet, now in hiding, watches as the world finally acknowledges his talent, but he cannot openly enjoy the fruits of his labor. Isn't it intriguing how the value of something often changes depending on our perception of it? This story is a huge reminder of several important life lessons. First, it teaches us about the nature of recognition and how society often overlooks true talent until it's too late. How many great minds, artists, visionaries go unnoticed because their work doesn't fit into the current mold of what's valued. Think about the artists, musicians, and writers you admire. How many of them only gained recognition after their lifetimes? This story reminds us to look around and appreciate the talents and contributions of those around us now, not waiting until it's too late. Secondly, it highlights the sacrifices people make for their passion. Millet and his friends were willing to go to extreme lengths to have their work appreciated. While we might not face such dramatic choices, many of us have to make sacrifices to pursue our dreams. The story encourages us to reflect on what we are willing to do to see our passions thrive. Pursuing a passion often requires sacrifices, time, comfort, security, but it also brings profound fulfillment. Thirdly, it's a commentary on authenticity. The artists had to resort to deception to gain recognition. It makes us question, should we alter our authentic selves to gain approval, or should we hold fast to who we are, regardless of recognition? The moral dilemma in the story serves as a metaphor for the everyday compromises we might make to fit in or be accepted. Staying true to oneself is challenging, but authenticity is ultimately more fulfilling than recognition based on false pretenses. Lastly, the story sheds light on the often capricious nature of fame and success. The sudden change in Millet's fortune after his death highlights how arbitrary and fickle public opinion can be. It's a reminder that success and recognition can sometimes come down to timing and luck, rather than merit alone. So what can we take away from this tale of art, sacrifices, and posthumous fame? Let's strive to appreciate the talents around us today, support the passions of our friends and loved ones, and remember that sometimes the value we seek might already be in our grasp, waiting for the world to catch up. If you enjoyed the story and the lessons it brings, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let's keep exploring these timeless tales and stories. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.